انتوا تصرفوه ان انتوا تسيبوا البث وتمشوا، ان انتوا تقفلوا، طبعا ده شيء مفروغ منه. انا مديكم العذر ليه تماما بصراحه، بسبب الانترنت السيء اللي انا فيه والبطء الشديد والخدمه اللي مش حلوه، ولكن مجبر اخاك لا بطل، يعني ليس لدي حريه الاختيار في ان انا اعمل ده، لان انا مش باختياري، يعني الشركه هي اللي فيها مشكله. وعليكم السلام ورحمه الله وبركاته. مش عارف هل النت هيساعدنا ان احنا نكمل ولا مش هيساعدنا. انا هجرب معاكم عشان مبقاش ظلمتكم، هجرب معاكم شويه تاني. لو النت فصل يبقى كده خلاص اوكي، يبقى نكمل في ميعاد تاني. لو النت اشتغل انا ديني معاكم. شروق ازيك يا شروق، ازيك يا سلمى، يومنا ازيك. As I said, Sat tried to persuade Rasandel to play the role of the king. In the end, he could persuade him, and Rasandel agreed to play the role of the king. طب ايه الحل يا مستر؟ ايه السؤال الغريب ده اثناء الحل؟ من عند ربنا، النت ده من عند ربنا مش من عندنا، مش مشكلتي، يعني حاجة ما تخصنيش او ما تخصكوش، حاجة ربنا عايز انها تحصل كده فهي حصلت كده بس، مش اكتر يعني. زي ما بنقول he could persuade Rasandel to play the role of the king. He wanted to leave. Sat wanted to leave. He didn't want to stay in the hunting lodge because the Duke's men can come at any moment. And he said to him, if we stay, we might be killed. Sat went to get the two horses to leave. While going to get them, he saw some of the Duke's men coming to the hunting lodge. Why were they coming to the hunting lodge? حبيبي يا دكتور، ربنا يبارك فيك يا حبيبي، انت بألف خير. Why was he coming to the hunting lodge, or why were they coming to the hunting lodge? To bury Joseph's body, to bury Joseph's body, to hide their evil work. To hide their evil work and bury Joseph's body. When Rasandel saw them, he became so angry and he wanted to take revenge. I told you revenge means انتقام. أراد أن ينتقم. How can he take revenge for Joseph? He wanted to make sure that some of them must be killed. الله يبارك فيك يا سارة، الحمد لله. Some of them must be killed. Sat told him that it's easy for him to do that because he was used to fighting. Rasandel and Sat had the advantage of surprise. كان عندهم ميزة المفاجأة. إن the Duke's men don't know that Sat and Rasandel were inside the hunting lodge. So suddenly both of them انطلقوا هما الاثنين. Rasandel could kill two of the Duke's men, but suddenly they surrounded him. As I told you, surrounded أحاطوا به. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. شيماء وعروة. They surrounded him, so he found a little gap. Through this gap, he could run away. He saw Sat in front of him. عليكم السلام يا هلا، الحمد لله. He saw Sat in front of him. He could catch up with Sat. Sat asked him, did they know you? Yes. One of them said, this is the king, before I pushed him off his horse. Sat said, that's good. It will give Michael something to worry about. While running away, Rasandel's finger was hit by a bullet. It was hurting so badly. Sat made a bandage on his finger, and then they stopped in a farm to have some rest. The farmer was a kind man. He let them rest and he gave them some food. But Rasandel covered his face and told the farmer that he had a bad tooth. There was a problem with his teeth. He had a bad tooth. After that, they left fast to go to Strelsa. Before entering the palace, they met yesterday that Freiler is Sapta's servant. Freiler asked, is all well, sir? Sapt said, yes, but the king's finger was caught in a door, and all young men like to ride their horses now and then. Why not the king? He told Rasandel something. He tried to teach Rasandel a lesson. a very important lesson in life. He told him that it's better not to trust even the best of men. You don't have to trust people with or by 100%. نسبة 100%. Okay, after that they went back to the king's room. Who was supposed to be there? Fritz. Fritz was supposed to be guarding the king's room at that time, but they found Fritz sleeping. He was sleeping. As soon as they entered, he thought that Rassandel was the king, and he said, "My king, you are back. I'm so happy." At that moment, Sabt laughed and said, "Even Fritz thinks you are the king. We will do it." Fritz changed what he was saying and said to Rassandel, "Oh, you are Rassandel, but what happened to your finger?" Rassandel said, "It's nothing. What we should tell you now is more important." "Where is the king?" Sabt asked him to be quiet. Sabt asked him to be quiet because people can hear what they were saying. So Fritz became quiet and asked him, "Where is the king? Is he killed?" Sabt said, "No, he is not killed, but we think he is kidnapped." He's kidnapped by whom? Huh? By the Duke. Duke Michael kidnapped him. Okay. Fritz wanted to attack the Duke to save the king. He wanted to attack the Duke to save the king, but Sabt said that's not a good idea. We should take things slowly. We should think before acting. It's not good to act. So we will stay like that. هنقعد احنا كده زي الستات يعني مش هنتصرف. قال له no. We will act, but we have to think before we do that. Okay. While talking, someone knocked at the door. Sabt asked Rassandel to go to his bed, to take off his clothes and his shoes. Who came? It was Flavia's servant. Flavia's servant. Why did Flavia's servant come? Flavia sent him to see how the king felt. زي الملك أحوال الملك after the coronation. He asked the king, he asked Rassandel, "How are you, sir? Princess Flavia sent me to know how you feel after the coronation." Rassandel said that I feel very well. I'm very well. I have never felt better in my life. Sabt himself, Sabt نفسه قال له, the king had a long sleep, deep long sleep. He had a lot of rest. He thanked the man and told him to tell Princess Flavia his greetings. تحيات Princess Flavia. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. لي. Okay. Then the man left. Good. After that, what happened? Rassandel, Sabt, and Fritz, they sat together again. قعدوا مع بعضهم تاني بعدها. They spoke about the king, and they spoke about how to save the king. Sabt said we should think before we act. Fritz said, but they may kill the king. ممكن يقتلوه. Sabt قال له they can't kill the king. ما يقدروش. if they kill the king, they know that Rasandal can stay the king forever. And I'm sure that they didn't kill the king because Rasandal can stay the king forever. Fred said to him, I think you are right. رأيك صح, that the king is not killed. He said to him, how did you know that? Because 3 of Michael's 6 men. 3 of Michael's 6 men are in Strelsau. I think the 3 are in Strelsau, and the others, I think, what were they doing? They were guarding the king. He asked him, are you sure about that? متأكد من ده? Fred said, yes, I'm sure. Only 3 of the 6 men are here. Sab said to him, this means that others are guarding the king. It's the first time for Rasandal to hear about the 6 men, إنه يسمع ال 6 men دول. عشان كده Rasandal asked them, excuse me, who are the 6 men? مين 6 men دول؟ قالوا له they are 6 special soldiers who Rasandal keeps with him all the time, who Michael keeps with him all the time. They are so loyal to him, مخلصين ليه. They are ready to do anything he asks. أي حاجة يطلبها. Rasandal قال لهم anything, are you sure about that? Will they try to kill me? يا ترى ممكن يقتلوني؟ قالوا yes, of course. ده مهمتهم في الحياة now is just to kill you. Okay? So, who are the 6 men? They are 6 special soldiers who Michael keeps with him all the time. They are loyal to him. They are ready to do anything he wants. 3 of them are Ruritanians. And 3 are 3 foreigners and 3 Ruritanians. The nationalities of the foreigners, 1 English, 1 Belgian, Belgique, and 1 French. These are the 6 men. Some pieces of information about the 6 men. As we said, some special soldiers who Michael keeps with him all the time. Michael keeps with him all the time. They are so loyal to him, they are ready to do anything for him. 3 of them were Ruritanians and 3 were foreigners. The foreigners' nationalities are English, French, and Belgian. Okay? Okay. The Englishman is called Butchert. The Belgian is called Personnel. The French is called Dégoûté or Dégoûté. Butchert, Personnel, and Dégoûté. These are the 3 foreigners. Okay. After that, Rasandal decided to act like real kings. هيتصرف بقى زي الملوك by keeping some secrets for himself. He decided to keep some secrets for himself. He decided to make himself more popular. How will he do that? At first, he will act upon Sabt's advice. نصيحة سبت اللي هو لما قال له إيه؟ It's better not to trust even the best of men. عشان كده he began to keep some secrets from Sabt and Fred, although they are his friends. He decided to make himself popular. How would he make himself popular? Number 1, he decided to go to the old part of town. He wanted to be seen a lot in the old part because I told you before that he wanted to the people who lived there to know that their king trusts them. He was he had the desire to be seen in the old part of town to make people think that their king trusted them. He went to the old part of town, he bought some flowers. اشترى بعض الزهور from a poor girl for a gold coin. اداها gold coin. طبعا people began to follow him. الناس بدأت بقى تمشي وراه في الشوارع. تاني حاجة he decided not to say anything bad about Michael. He decided not to say anything bad about Michael. Number 3, he decided to visit Princess Flavia because Princess Flavia was so popular among people and he wanted to get her support. عايز يحصل على الدعم أو المساندة بتاعتها. يبقى 3 things Rasandel made to make himself more popular. Number 1, as I said, he went to the old part of town, he bought some flowers from a young poor girl, he gave her a gold coin. Number 2, he decided not to say anything bad about the Duke. Number 3, decided to visit Princess Flavia because she was popular and he wanted to get her support. Okay? الصبور عايزة تدخل في وشي تديني أنا في وشي. خلاص يا حاج. ربنا يهديك. After that, when Rasandel went to the princesses palace, he went with Freds. Freds went with him. Princess Flavia invited Rasandel to the guest room, غرفة الضيوف. They sat together and spoke for a long time. تحدثوا لفترة طويلة. When she saw him, أول ما شافته قالت له you changed. انتوا عارفين الستات المصريات بقى تحس انها واخده في عرق كده من المصريين، فكل ما تشوفه بتكرر نفس الكلام اللي هي بتقوله قبل كده you changed. قال لها انت كل ما تشوفيني changed. Of course I changed because I'm a king now and I want my people to love me. Of course I should change. But you changed. بس انت برضه اتغيرت. طبعا راسندل كل ما يتحط في موقف صعب، انا قلت لكم الحل بتاعه ايه دايما؟ changes the subject. دايما بيغير الكلام بتاعه، بيغير الموضوع اللي هو بيحكي فيه. عشان كده كل شويه تقول له you changed you changed. قال لها هي تقول له you changed ويقول لها I like Michael. I like Michael. Michael is my brother. We are a family. We are a family. I like Michael. He is my brother. We are a family. Who said this? Who said this? It was said by Rasandel to Princess Flavia. Rasandel to Princess Flavia. Because they were a family as he said. زي ما بيقول كده ان هم ايه؟ عائلة. Flavia, it was strange for her to hear that. كان بالنسبة لها شيء غريب to hear that. لأن عارفة طبيعة العلاقة بين راسندل and مايكل، فبتقول له do you want Michael to be near you؟ عايزه يبقى بالقرب منك to know his news عشان تعرف أخباره؟ لها no. I want him to be here to be near me because he's my brother. We are a family. إن إحنا عائلة. وهما بيتكلموا سمعوا صوت إيه؟ cheering. هتاف. الهتاف ده كان جاي منين؟ from outside the palace. وقفت كده Princess Flavia to see what was happening. رجعت لراسندل وقالت له يلا يا عم وصل صاحبك اللي انت بتحبه وصل. قال لها who came؟ قالت له the Duke of Strasbourg. Duke Michael is here. وصل هنا. يا شيخة ما تهزريش. To know he is outside. هو موجود فعلا في الخارج. People are cheering because he are here. Okay. This is what happened till now. في اللحظة دي Rasandel, Flavia, and all people in the palace stopped silent. عارفين انتوا كده زي الموبايلات تحولوا vibration مفيش نفس. فضلوا واقفين لفترة ما without talking and then they began to talk again. بدأوا يتكلموا مرة تاني. قعدوا يتكلموا لفترة وفجأة كده فلافيا راحت قايلة لراسندل ايه؟ Is it good what you did؟ اللي انت عملته ده كويس. You made a very big mistake. انت عملت خطأ كبير جدا. قال لها mistake. What mistake did I make؟ قالت له you let Michael wait outside the room for a long time. لفترة طويلة. لا أنا مالي. It's not my house. It's yours. Why didn't you allow him to enter? Flavia said to him, How can you say that? Don't you know that you are the king? أنت الملك. No one can enter without your permission. راسندل طبعا was shocked. صدم لما قالت له كده. قال لها Oh, I'm so sorry, but you know I'm not good at remembering rules. انت عارفة أنا بنسى القواعد باستمرار. Forgive me. And I will correct my مين؟ Duke Michael. أول مايكل ما شافه طبعا he was very angry. بيغلي طبعا. ازاي راسندل قاعد جوه وهو اللي قاعد بره. ف he was so angry. راسندل أول ما شافه Oh my brother, how are you? I'm so happy to see you. I didn't know you were outside. If I knew, I would ask you inside. I'm so sorry. Let's go together. ندخل مع بعضين. طبعا مايكل عايز يضربه بالنار بس مش عارف يتكلم. مش توقيته يعني. دخل معاه. قعدوا مع بعضيهم وحصلت المواجهة المهمة والمواجهة اللي حصلت أكتر. اتكلمنا عنها أكتر من مرة اللي بين مين؟ مايكل راسندل في حضور برنسس فلافيا. فمايكل بيقول راسندل I see that you are hurt. Your hand is hurt. ايدك مجروحة أو متعورة. رد عليه راسندل قال له yes, an animal bit me. في اللحظة دي راسندل described وصف مايكل that he is an animal. Princess Flavia said is it dangerous؟ خطر ده عليك يعني؟ لا no not from that animal. مش الحيوان ده. طبعا كل مرة بيشاور على مين؟ على Duke Michael. Duke Michael said to him but be careful he will bite again. هيعض تاني. قال له I'm sure he will. أنا متأكد إنه هيعمل but I'm waiting وأنا منتظر. His bite will be dangerous. I know but I'm waiting for him. وحصلت المواجهة دي بينهم. طبعا Duke Michael became so angry. غضب أكتر when Rasandel said to him thank you very much for the splendid coronation. حفل التتويج المحترم which you made for me اللي أنت عملته لي. He became so angry. غضب بشدة مايكل and wanted to frighten. كان عايز يخيف مين؟ راسندل. frighten. So he wanted to take him to introduce him يقدمه to three of his friends. He took Rasandel with him. أخذ راسندل معاه and went outside. There were three of his men, the three foreigners اللي احنا قلنا عليهم من شوية. Dutchard, Degotep, and Personal. He said to him, these are three of my friends and they are three of the king's best friends. They are so loyal to the king. طبعا ما اقدرش اقول they are loyal to me ولا they are loyal to the king. تمام؟ فقدموا ليهم. راسندل try to speak English with a pretend accent بلهجة مصطنعة كده. When he did this, Dutchard smiled. ابتسم Dutchard. And Rasandel realized أدرك في اللحظة دي راسندل that the six men know his secret. إن هم عارفين إيه السر بتاعه. What will they do to him؟ يعملوا له إيه مستقبلا؟ He doesn't know. هو مش عارف إيه اللي ممكن يحصل. This is the end of chapter 4. Okay? نلف الكاميرا تاني كده. ده بالنسبة لchapter 4. أتمنى كده ان انتوا تكونوا اتقنتوه او فهمتوه، ده تمني. كنا واخدين حاجة نحلها في المذكرة بتاعتنا، فكروني كده ايه اللي كنا واخدينه. page which page I think it was novel، كانت قصة تقريبا. القصة أسماء. الحمد لله رب العالمين. أنا الحمد لله. قصة يا سارة صح. علاء ناجح. This is the man from whom the car hit, whose car hit, that the car hit him, who the car hit last week. This is the man whom the car hit. مالها أول واحدة الإجابة؟ whom the car hit. فيها إيه مشكلة يعني يا آلاء؟ ما هي هو وهم بيحلوا محل مفعول، فالمفروض إن أساسها the car hit him، صح؟ the car hit him، فأنت هتشيلي him، هتحطي مكانها هو أو whom، فأنت هتحطي هنا مش موجودة هو، هتبقى whom. ليه؟ ما ينفعش آخر واحدة لأن كانت بقت who the car hit مش hits، عشان في last week يبقى الصح whom the car hit. 57 وقفنا لحد القصة. ماشي يا مس. سؤال 57 صح كده؟ تمام. طيب نكمل قصة. هنحل رقم 57. How did Sat and Rasandal return to the king's room in the palace? How did they return to the king's room in the palace? Through the secret passage, through the behind door of the palace, through the main door of the palace, through a gate of the palace. Which one will we choose? A, that's right. 58. How did Rasandal escape when Michael's men were about to trap him? How did he escape? He escaped through a gap. Letter A, that's right. Rasandal told Flavia that the nearer to him the better. The nearer to him the better or the better. The nearer to him مين بقى؟ اللي كنا لسه بنحكي فيه في التشابتر ده، احنا مرحناش بعيد اهو. ها؟ كارنل سعد، مارشال ستراكنيتش، ديوك مايكل، أنطوانيت دي موبان. 59. C, that's right، اللي هو the Duke. Rasandal told Flavia that he had never been very good at remembering all the rules. Letter C, remembering all the rules. Rasandal told Michael that he didn't know he was waiting, otherwise he would have asked him in sooner. Letter C, would have asked him in sooner. 62. What mistake did Rasandal make when he was visiting Flavia? The mistake he made when he was visiting Flavia. Letter, which one? سارة بتقول A وشيماء وأروى بيقولوا D. ركزوا بس كويس كده لأن هما الأربعة شبه بعض. ومنية بتقول دي، الأربعة شبه بعض. يعني الأولى بتقول لي he refused to ask Duke Michael in. He asked Michael to remain outside. He asked Duke Michael in. He didn't ask the Duke in. All of them شبه بعض جدا. فالاختيار الصحيح فيهم ايه؟ D. Letter D. He didn't ask Duke Michael in. لكن ما ينفعش اقول he refused لانه ما رفضش على فكرة. هو ما رفضش. لكن احنا قلنا he said I'm not good at remembering rules. هو لم يرفض من الأساس. He didn't ask. Letter D. كده Princess Flavia بتقولها له he didn't ask the Duke to come in. What do you think would happen if Rasandal disappeared? Michael طبعا. If Rasandal disappeared, what would happen? The game would be over. Right, thank you. Why did Saab order 6 men to follow Sandal? To protect him. To protect him. That's okay. According to the letter, if Rasandal didn't go to the summer house, he 65. بنحل احنا دلوقتي 65. According to the letter, if Rasandal didn't go to the summer house, he wouldn't be safe. Okay. 66. Why doesn't Rasandal accept Datchard's offer at the summer house? He wants more money. He doesn't like Datchard. He doesn't trust Michael and his men. He doesn't like the king. Which one will he choose? C. That's right. He doesn't trust Michael and his men. It would be very useful for Michael if... It would be very useful. C also. That's right. Rasandal disappeared. What was the content محتوى of Antoinette's letter to Rasandal? The content of Antoinette's letter to Rasandal. C برضو to visit the hunting lodge. No. احنا دلوقتي في number 68. 68. B, that's right. To visit the summer house. Sabt had some important news of the king. What was it? $69. B. Right. The king was surely kept at Zenda Castle. 70. Thank you. Who did Rasandal trust to guard the princess? Who did he trust? He trusted the marshal. That's right. No one goes into the castle without the permission of 71. جمل مهمة جدا. 71. Okay, 70D, the marshal. I'm talking about 71 now. No one can enter without permission from A. Robert or Michael. That's right. People said that Antoinette had agreed with Michael. Agreed with Michael. Great what with Michael? A. Argument. That's right. Great argument. Antoinette de Mauban wants to help Rasandal because she... That's right. Antoinette de Mauban wants to help Rasandal because she... Letter C. That's right. Doesn't like to see people being killed. 74. According to Rasandal's plan, who would be the ruler if he disappeared? Who would be the ruler? مين اللي هيبقى الحاكم if he disappeared? According to Rasandal's plan. Flavia. That's right. Michael plans to kill Rasandal and kill the real king. Michael plans to kill Rasandal and kill the real king. C. That's right. Arrest Sartre and Fritz. What made Antoinette de Mauban write a letter to Rasandal? What made she write a letter to Rasandal? What made Antoinette de Mauban write a letter to Rasandal? Letter B. She wrote it at the Duke's orders. She wrote it at the Duke's orders. She wrote it at the Duke's orders. Excuse me for a minute. Excuse me. sorry. Page number 76. What made Antoinette de Mauban write a letter? She wrote it at the Duke's orders. She wrote it at the Duke's orders. 77. What do you think Rasandel justified his different handwriting from the king's? B. His finger still hurts. That's right. What did the marshal promise Rasandel? The marshal, what did he promise Rasandel? The princess would be safe with him. The princess would be safe with him. 79. Rupert said that Michael could not come to the Tollenheim because he had a dangerous illness. Letter A, that's right. When Rasandel refused the offer to leave the country, Rupert Henshaw, what did he do? When Rasandel refused, he stabbed him in the shoulder. It's okay. Who did Rasandel trust to keep the future of Ruritania safe? Who did Rasandel trust to keep the future of Ruritania safe? D. Marshal Stracknich. Okay. Michael's mother was not royal, and he could only legally become king if he married Princess Flavia. Letter A. That's right. الأسئلة اللي بعد كده هنحللها منهم حاجة. أنا أعتقد حلينا منهم جزء. Okay, letter A. That's right. حلينا جزء منهم ولا ما حليناش؟ اللي answer the following questions. Answer the following questions. Did we answer any of these questions? Try to remind me. فكروني بس كده. نبدأ 6. رقم 6 يعني. Rasandel hasn't been lazy all his life. Discuss. طبعا we are going to speak about his skills. He's good with the gun, a good swordsman, good at horse riding وهكذا. Number 7. The people of Strelsau, أنا فاكر إحنا حليناهم دول. The people of Strelsau had different attitudes towards the king. كان عندهم اتجاهات أو مواقف مختلفة ناحية الملك. طبعا some of them liked the king. The rich people liked the king because he promised that there will be no change. But some of them, the poor people who lived in the old part, didn't like him because he lived most of his life abroad. He didn't care for them, unlike the Duke, عكس Duke Michael. How do you think Duke Michael made use of the king's weaknesses? نقاط الضعف بتاعته. How did he make use of them? He could poison the king through من خلال one of his weaknesses. أحد نقاط الضعف بتاعته اللي هي إيه؟ liking food. احنا عارفين وقلنا قبل كده إن the king preferred food to sleep, right? And he liked easy life. فبالنسبة له نقاط الضعف منهم food الأكل. عشان كده he could try to persuade or he could poison him through one of his weaknesses, which is through food. When do you think Rasandel had the feeling he was a real king? When do you think Rasandel had a feeling that he was a real king? When? Who can answer? When do you think Rasandel had the feeling of being a real king? When did this happen? Yes? When did this happen? When did he have the feeling of being a king? As we said, when he was with Marshal Strakenich, with Sapt Freds, during the procession, when he asked about the breakfast. maybe يا سارة ممكن، بس ده ما كانش الإحساس بتاع الملك، لا. when he tried to keep some secret برضو. افتكروا كده ساعة لما كان رايح when he was going to the coronation، لما كان رايح حفل التتويج، تمام؟ لما قلنا no one recognized him، محدش اتعرف عليه، and during أثناء the procession الموكب لما كان ماشي and people were cheering، الناس كانت بتهتف and throwing flowers on him at that moment، في اللحظة دي قلنا he began to feel like the king، بدأ يحس بالفعل إن هو الملك. يبقى during the procession أثناء الموكب which was going from the station to the palace. Why do they go to the station early instead of waiting for Duke Michael's guards? Because they don't know what the Duke was thinking about. Because they thought that if the Duke's men came to the hunting lodge, they may have orders to kill them. ممكن يكون عندهم أوامر بقتل anyone they find in the hunting lodge. Number 11. How do you think luck, الحظ, played a role, لعب دور in spoiling Michael's plot مؤامرة to be crowned? Luck played a role. It was a coincidence، مصادفة for them to find or to see Rasandal at that day، في اليوم ده. يبقى when Rasandal went to Ruritania to attend the coronation of the new king, they were so lucky to meet him because he could replace the king during the coronation. يبقى اللك هنا حتة الحظ دي في إيجاد راسندل في التوقيت ده عشان يفسد خطة مين؟ مايكل. Rasandal was a brave man explained. طبعا في مواقف كتيرة جدا تثبت that Rasandal was brave. He decided to play the role of the king when Rasandal came. He looked like the king. Thank you. That's right. That's right. When he tried to keep تمام. Rasandal was brave. He was brave when he accepted to play the role of the king. Twice, not once. Although it was so dangerous. This is number one. He was brave when he faced لما قدر يواجه مين the Duke's men، تمام، to revenge Joseph، للانتقام لمين for the murder of Joseph. وأكتر من موقف، يعني في مواقف كتيرة تاني. Why do you think Rasandal was worried when he saw Antoinette de Mauban? He thought that she recognized him and she would shout and say this is not the king. 14. How do you prove that people in the old part supported Michael? نثبت that day because they put his paintings on their windows. They put his paintings on their windows. Why do you think Rasandal insisted on riding through the old part alone? لسه مجاوبينه من شوية لما قلنا he wanted to show his people that their king trusted them. Duke Michael realized, did Duke Michael realize that this was not the real king? من الأسئلة المهمة جدا ده. قلنا yes. How do you know? From Rasandal's words، من كلمات Rasandal when he said لما قال no one else، ما حدش غيره seemed to realize، بدأ أنه يدرك that I'm not the king. From Rasandal's words. His face became white، وشه كده صفر when he saw me Rasandal. The Duke was popular with poor people. Do you agree? Yes. Because they liked him, they put his paintings on their windows, he promised them a kind of a change. Do you think Rasandal was brave in facing the Marshal's plan? Do you think Rasandal was brave in facing the Marshal's plan? طبعا فين خطة مارشال دي اللي هي في البدايات خالص، لما بيقول له we will enter through the old part of town. Do you think Rasandal was brave? Of course he was so brave. It was a risk, كانت مخاطرة. But it proves that he was brave when he insisted. لما أصر, right? Thank you شيماء and Darwa. When he insisted, لما أصر that he should enter the old part of town alone to prove to people that their king trusted them. How do you think that Zapt or Sabt was so helpful to Rasandal? طبعا ده القصة كلها أساسا يعني. Sabt was so helpful to Rasandal. He was beside him to tell him what to do and what not to do. Whenever Rasandal was about to make a mistake, Sabt always stopped him and helped him. He stopped them from telling Flavia the truth. وهكذا. Do you think the poor people in the old part of the city were violent? Why and why not? سؤال جميل برضه. Do you think they were violent? عندهم ميل للعنف? Why and why not? Do you think the people in the old part were violent? Do you think so? Just say yes or no. Of course not. طبعا no. Because they didn't try to hurt the king, although he was alone riding through the old part. If you were Rasandal, would you accept Sabt's second plan? Why and why not? طبعا I would accept it because it was the only way to save the king who was so kind with me and who tried to help me, so I would accept it, although it was a very mad plan. 9 of the Duke's men were coming to hide their evil work. What is it and why? The evil work was hiding or burying Joseph's body. Why? To get rid of their evil work, not to make anyone doubt them, to hide their evil work. Could the Duke or Rasandal reveal the secret? افتكروا الجزء ده مهم. ممكن هل حد منهم ممكن يكشف السر؟ Of course not. فاكرين كده لما فريدز قال ايه؟ No one can say anything. It's a stalemate. احنا في ورطة. No one can say anything. تمام. Why? Michael can say that Rasandal is not the king because people will ask him where is the king. And they can't say that Michael kidnapped the king because people will blame them. Why do you think Sabt rejected Rasandal's idea of going to the summer house? Why do you think Sabt rejected Rasandal's idea of going to the summer house? He thought that the Duke sent the letter. He thought that it might be a trap and ده ممكن يكون فخ ليهم. They might be killed. But at that moment في اللحظة دي Rasandal proved that he was as I can say that he was strong-minded, stubborn, عنيد. He wanted to go and he insisted on going. He took Sabt with him. How do you think Antoinette helped Rasandal escape from the summer house? She told him about the ladder which he used to climb, or which he climbed to run away from the summer house. How do you think Rasandal has proved that he is a man of honor? رجل عنده ايه يعني كرامة شرف. He didn't want to marry Princess Flavia. He said that it was not fair for her. Right? He wanted to help people all the time. He refused the money or the 2 offers made by the Duke for him, the first and the second. Do you think the Duke was keen to marry Princess Flavia? Yes, of course, because his mother was not royal and it's the only legal way for him to become king. Michael tried to tempt يعني يغري Rasandal with money twice illustrate. He made him 2 offers. The first one was in the summer house. It was 50,000 English pounds and a safe journey to the border. The second one was made by Rupert in the Tollenheim house. It was 1 or a million gold pieces and a safe journey to the borders. But Rasandal refused both offers. Why do you think Rasandal insisted on going to the summer house? To know the truth, to find any information which can help him to save the king. Why do you think Michael invited Flavia to visit him in Zinda? I think he wanted to get control of her because he knew that without Flavia, without marrying Flavia, he wouldn't become the king legally. And if he has Flavia, it will be easy for him to to negotiate, يتفاوض with راسندل. يبقى معاه كده زي سلاح بالنسبة له ضد راسندل. Why do you think that Fritz and Sap looked up Johan's mother with the king? Because she was watching them, right? Because she was watching them. Why do you think that Sap told Rasandel the history of the king's life to be ready to answer any question if he was asked? Was Rasandel right not to bear responsibilities in England? Of course not. Everyone should bear responsibilities because everyone should work. It doesn't matter if he is rich or poor. Everyone or all of us should have a role to play in society. Do you agree that Rasandel was lucky? Rasandel was lucky? Yes, he was lucky. A lot of situations in the story can prove that Rasandel was lucky. Like what? When he was stabbed by Rupert, he didn't die. What else? When he was shot by the Duke's men, the bullet hit his finger and didn't hit him in his head, for example. What else? What else can we say to prove that he was lucky? You have any other situations to show that Rasandel was lucky? As I said, one of them, when he was shot, when Rupert stabbed him, he was born into a rich family. He could escape from the summer house. That's right. Thank you very much. What do you think might happen if Sabt and Fritz were poisoned like the king? It would be a big problem, and I think the Duke would become the king so easily because they are the weapons which the king uses to fight the Duke. Without them, he will be armless. هيبقى أعزل بدون أي سلاح. Why do you think that Sabt and Rasandel left the palace through a secret tunnel? Because they didn't want anyone to see them or to know what they were planning. كانوا بيخططوا ليه. طيب دلوقتي هنبص على translation page. عايز كده page 84. انا فاكر احنا حلينا في الارابيك لحد 10 على ما اعتقد. هنحل من اول رقم 11 page 83 صفحة 83 اللي هي من اول: لقد اصبح بنك المعرفة المصري مصدرا لا يمكن الاستغناء عنه للحصول على المعرفة لكل من الطالب والمعلم. The Egyptian Knowledge Bank became an indispensable source of knowledge for both the teacher and the student. تمر مصر بفترة حرجة تتطلب توافر الجهود المخلصة لبناء مجتمع ديمقراطي عادل ينعم فيه الجميع. Egypt is passing through فترة حرجة, critical period or critical time, critical stage, مرحلة حرجة, which requires cooperation or requires the sincere efforts to build a democratic society where all people enjoy. يجب علينا ترشيد الاستهلاك في المياه والكهرباء والطعام وذلك لمواجهة الارتفاع المتزايد في الأسعار. We should rationalize consumption in water, electricity and food to face the increasing rise in prices. ليتعافى الاقتصاد المصري يجب علينا جذب المستثمرين وتنشيط السياحة وتغيير الوعي الثقافي. For the Egyptian economy to recover or to recuperate, for the Egyptian economy to recover or recuperate, we should attract investors, activate tourism, and change our cultural awareness. تسعى المؤسسة التعليمية إلى تعميق الفكر الديمقراطي وتدريب الأجيال الصاعدة على المشاركة والنقد البناء. The educational institute seeks to tries to deepen the democratic thought and train the coming generations to participate أو train them on participating and نقد بناء اسمه constructive criticism. طيب هديكم هوم ورك لحد بكره. ايه هناخد باقي جمل الترانسليشن اللي هي العربي من 16 لحد 26، وهناخد معاهم اختبار الوزارة التجريبي الأول اللي هو 2020. اختبار الوزارة التجريبي الأول يعني معايا من صفحة 84 85 86 وأول جزء في 87. طيب عايز ايه تاني؟ انا كده يبقى احنا تشويس خلص. نوفل الحمد لله خلصت. انا بتكلم عن المذكرة يا شباب، مش بتكلم عن الشرح. احنا مهدين الدنيا خالص في الجرامر وفي الكلام ده، دينا بنتسلى في القصة وبنحل في المذكرة. يبقى المذكرة بالنسبة لنا دلوقتي كده تشويس خلص اللغة، ومعاه الترانسليشن يعتبر شبه خلص، النوفل خلص صح. فاضل لنا دايالوجز، كام دايالوج كده، والامتحان هنحل منهم واحد، هيبقى فاضل واحد. تمام ان شاء الله كده المذكرة قريبا بإذن الله هنخلصها. بس انا عايز اسأل يعني اسأل كده عن كام معنى كلمة او حاجة. حد يقول لي يعني ايه كلمة مين يقول لي يعني ايه كلمة منع؟ كلمة منع. Right. If you know the word, just write it. منع. I'm waiting. مكة عمر مذكرة. heat. Forbidding. It's okay. مين مكة عمر؟ مش عارف مين مكة أساسا. اللي بحلها مش عارف. Stopping or preventing. That's okay. عايز كلمة إجراءات احترازية. إجراءات احترازية. إجراءات احترازية اسمها إيه؟ اسمها precautionary measures. precautionary measures. اوكي ايمن اند سارة. لقاح اسمها ايه زي ما قلنا؟ vaccine. vaccine. تمام. طيب كلمة يعطس. sneeze. يتراوح من range from. Okay. If I asked you عايزكم كده تتعبوا وتجيبوا لي page 29. تمام، وصلنا page 29. مكتوب عندنا كده في النص دول شوية كلمات تساعدك في فهم أسئلة التحليل والنقد. دول مهمين جدا وهسألكم فيهم بكرة إن شاء الله لو ربنا ادانا عمر وعشنا. أول كلمة كلمة يشبه، اسمها إيه؟ ريسام، خدعة، تريك. يتقمص دور حد، impersonal أو impersonate. يكافح، struggle. يسيء الحكم، misjudge. يضلل، mislead. يحرك، manipulate. يثق، trust. يكشف، reveal. يطعن، stab. يضرب بالسيف، struck. يكذب على، lie to. يغري، tempt. يبرر، justify. يتآمر ضد، against. محب للوطن، patriotic. ده ممكن يجي على فلافيا لما نقول show that Princess Flavia was patriotic when she accepted the mission، لما قبلت المهمة which Rassandel asked her to become queen for him although she didn't understand but she said to him، زي كده قالت له if it is for the good of Mauritania I will do it. scheming or deceitful، مخادع. modest، متواضع. observant، قوي الملاحظة. cautious، حذر. wise، حكيم. wisdom، حكمة. boast، يتباهى. risky، هي المفروض ان risky مخاطر، مش محب للوطن بس، risky مخاطر. savage، naive ودي دايما بتيجي عند كده مع الملك، يقول لك so that the king was a naive person or was naive because he didn't think about anything. He went to stay in the hunting lodge in the forest although he knew that Michael didn't like him. He accepted the food from Michael although he didn't like him. عندنا كده عندنا coward، caring، cunning، wicked or تحتها adventurous، loyal، faithful، reckless، humorous، خفيف الظل. الموقف اللي يثبت ده لما احنا قلنا لو انتم متذكرين Rassandel was humorous أو had a sense of humor when he was asked on the train، لما سئل في القطار how do you feel now؟ قال له what would you do؟ we will arrive early. what will we do؟ قال له the king will have breakfast. the king is hungry. عندي بعدها compassionate، عندي bloody، helpful، dutiful، helpless. المهم الكلمات دي نحاول ان شاء الله ان احنا نحفظها. هتنزلوا تحت على امثله هامه على اسئله التفكير النقدي، دول مهمين جدا. في اسئله احنا حليناها ما كانتش متجاوبه، دي اسئله متجاوبه ولها اجابه نموذجيه معاك اهي، فتبص فيها بشكل كويس. اول واحد مثلا what kind of person do you think Rudolf Rassandel despite being a carefree man، مكبر دماغه، carefree. he is brave, well educated and has many skills. Number two, do you think there might be a problem with the fact that Rudolf looks very much like the king؟ هل كان في مشكلة انه يشبهه؟ طبعا yes, as this resemblance، التشابه ده might lead to problems to both of them، ممكن يؤدي لمشكلات if he went to Streltsau. Which character is wiser in your opinion؟ أي شخصية أكثر حكمة in your opinion؟ Fritz or Sabt؟ say why. طبعا I think that is wiser as he prefers to take the matters slowly. زي ما قلت لكم قبل كده he acts after thinking for a long time but Fritz is always rash، مندفع. whereas Fritz is rash and outgoing. Number four, why do you think Michael tried to get rid of his brother by poisoning him instead of any other way؟ حاول يتخلص منه عن طريق انه يسمه بدلا من اي طريقة تانية. ليه؟ as he just wanted to stop him from going to the coronation. He didn't want to kill him. Poison would take time to kill. Besides, it would be difficult to prove that he poisoned him. هيبقى صعب على الناس ان هي تثبت ان هو اللي سمه او هو اللي حاول يقتله. تمام؟ طبعا ممكن انا دي كلها critical thinking questions ممكن تجاوبوا فيها بطريقه مختلفه خالص. اخر سؤال عشان تروحوا تفطروا بقى. If you were Rassendal, would you agree to risk your life and replace the king, and why? Yes, I would agree, and because good nobility اللي هي noble and cavalry would push me to do that. يعني النبل والأخلاق والسمو والكلام ده هو اللي هيخليني أعمل كده. دوشتكم، كل سنة وانتم طيبين تاني، وصوما مقبولا إن شاء الله، وإفطارا شهيا، وأشوفكم إن شاء الله على خير بكرة بإذن الله. Okay? Thank you. Greetings from me and greetings from English media. Thanks.